I'd like to start today by apologizing to Kaldi. I besmirched your good product by claiming that the thermometer that you sent me did not go up to the appropriate temperature to even start roasting my coffee. Well, you know, I'm nothing if not an ignorant American, because look, Celsius completely roasted at least 2 batches of coffee. Kaldi, I apologize. That's on me. I went ahead and upgraded to a kind of a more professional heat probe anyway. Also, I had commented that I didn't like how the beans jump out of the hopper. The hopper is supposed to sit down in there at a little bit of an angle, you see. Kind of like a dump truck, you know, kind of at that angle. And I had that incorrect, so the beans were really jumping out. Again, my bad, Kaldi. It's a beautiful product. Cast iron diffusing plate to sit over top of my flame to make it a more even heating surface. That's been kind of preheating there for a little bit. Let's go ahead and get the Kaldi on here. All right, fantastic. I'm gonna go ahead and get that sucker rotating. Oven mitts may be a necessity when dealing with this thing. Make sure you get some oven mitts if you get one of these suckers. I'm just trying to get it to 400 degrees, to stay at 400 degrees, and then I'm gonna put the beans in and start roasting. I'm shooting for about 11.5 minute, 12-minute roast time. But I'm trying to make them taste as chocolatey as possible from what I have gleaned. Reading some articles, asking some AI, and watching some videos is I do not want to get into my second crack for the most optimal of the chocolatiness. Now, once I get into it, I may take it into the second crack, blah, 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 blah. Nobody cares. I'm just trying to make some coffee that's actually reasonably good to drink. 170 and climbing. So I'm going to wait till it reaches 400 degrees and maintain 400 degrees for a few minutes before I add my beans. All right, we're going to try this again. I moved this thing down, hopefully to get a little bit out of the wind. I've been holding pretty steady at about 4, between 398 and about 40. Listen to my duck going back up again. Guess the wind stops blowing and the heat starts to rise. I'm gonna have to. My patience starting to wear thin. I'm holding. It's fluctuating back and forth between 405 and 398. I'm gonna put my beans in. Beans at about 1.5 minutes. They're definitely starting to dry, starting to yellow up. 3 minutes, coming up on 3.5 minutes. We should be getting into the Maillard stage. I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce that yet, but back the heat off just a little bit because I want to extend the Maillard stage to really bring out the flavor that I'm looking for. 4.5 minutes, starting to brown up. All right, we're at 6 minutes, and I'm just gonna back off the heat just a little bit again. They are starting to pop, but you'll have a little bit of that before first crack starts, which hopefully first crack should start around. Yes, if I want to pull it off after 11.5 minutes, I want my first crack to start right at about 10, don't I? 8 minutes. They're really starting to look like coffee beans. Lost one. 10:40. I'm not in my first crack yet. I'm really gonna have to do some work to figure out the temperature on this guy. Gotta keep it out of the wind. I'm 11 minutes, no first crack. I guess I backed my heat down too much. I'm pretty sure that's bad. You don't, if anything, you wanna, hell, I don't know what I'm doing. 12:20, still not first crack. I mean, they're looking like coffee beans. I mean, I think we're still gonna be all right. I need that first crack to start. I don't know what's going on. 14 minutes, still no first crack. I'm gonna turn the heat back up, try to get these bitches to crack. 15:20, still no first crack. I've ruined another batch of beans. I mean, they look like coffee beans, but they have not cracked yet. I don't get it. Come on, crack, bitch, crack. 17 minutes, still not fully into first crack. I just got the temperature too slow, I guess. All right, 17.5, it's just a real weak first crack. I'm just gonna take it to 19 and call it good. 18.5, there's no crackling. I guess the first crack's over. This is the most obnoxious part about this setup. You gotta actually physically dump the beans out of the cylinder. As quickly as you can, you wanna get them back down to room temperature so the roast stop. Let them sit out and cool for about 35 minutes. And then I will put them into a brown paper sack to let them degas for 24 hours. After 24 hours, I will put them into an airtight container for another 2 or 3 days before I will grind them. So if it's Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I might have these on Sunday.